Hello and welcome to our new post. Today we are going to speak about staff training, titles, topics, which are so important for hotelier, for restaurant owners who has boutique hotels, hostel, bar, and coffee shop owners. They can understand how to train their staff, they can learn themselves and teach them to their staff, and they are so important topics that we are covering for you about your staff. I have to say that uh, these are just a few posts here, but the world of staff training is too big, and um, I am honored to train your staff with uh, a lot of topics that every day they are faced with them, and I can explain them how to behave your guests because it is one of the most important part of your business, how to communicate with your guests, how to react with them, for example, complaints, or uh, what to do in special and golden moment. And these are um, so important to your staff. They have to know them. And what's our topic today? When guests can decide, what should you do? What your staff do? How your staff can guide choices using psychology, not pressure. We have all seen it. For example, a guest stares at the menu for 3 minutes, then look up and says, I'm torn between the sea bass and the risotto, for example. And your staff replies, both are good. Take your time. We heard it a lot. They think they are being polite. They are polite, but uh, it's not smart way. In reality, they have just thrown the guest deeper into choice paralysis. That customer is now more likely to order impulsively, choose nothing, or walk away feeling unsatisfied, all because no one helped them decide. Here, what your staff should understand. Behavioral economics tell us that humans hate making choices when there is no clear winner. It causes decision fatigue, and when people feel mentally tired, they either delay the decision, pick randomly, or regret what they chose. What to do instead? Train your staff to nudge the guest. Gently guide them toward the better option by making it feel like the default, the safe, recommended, most popular choices. For example, your staff should say, if you are hungry and want something comforting, the risotto is really satisfying. It is what most guests love on chilly nights. Or the sea bass is lighter, perfect if you are having dessert after. Personally, I would go for that if I wanted something elegant. By anchoring the choice in emotion or a popularity, you are reducing the guest's cognitive load. That's powerful. Cognitive load is one of the most important topic that we are discuss in behavioral science. in behavioral economic. Even for example, um, you um, for example go to the hotel and see your room. Sometimes you cannot understand what's happened because everything in this room is pretty beautiful, but you cannot understand. You have a bad feeling. It is like annoying you. It this, for example, design annoyed you, but you cannot understand why. Most of the time, when a hotelier asks me to analyze their rooms or their lobby or their restaurants, I easily can understand that cognitive load is here. They uh they have a lot of sta stuff uh, in their room. Um, Most of them are not necessary, or for example they have a lot of framing, painting, sculpture, and I don't know, something for design. And you know, if you don't know how to use them, it make your guest anxious, it makes your guest stressful. But they but your guest doesn't know what's happened, even you don't know what's happened here. It's because of that, the pressure of decision, or maybe the cognitive load about decision, about what they are watching. And it is science. And I am so happy to tell you what you have to do in this situation. uh so why this works? Default bias. People tend to go with what's recommended or default because it feels safer and easier. Social proof. Mentioning what most people order taps into our instincts to follow the crowd. It is a very important role when you sometimes really don't know what to do. uh, it's like a cheat paper for you to just use social proof. Tell them that most of our couples are really like this steak. We named this steak for example, young couple, because most of the time they come here to order this steak. I think you will enjoy it. Uh, Use social proof. And also framing effect, describing the dish with emotional or contextual anchors. Comforting, elegant, on chilly nights. And you can use your creativity to produce some sentences, some words, and use them. After 1 month, 2 months, you will understand that which kinds of words are more um, convenience your guests. Train this into your team. Step one: how to train your team. Make them practice describing each item or service with emotion and context. Um, Most of the time, I recommend hotelier or restaurant owners to play with your staff, to give them a scenario like theater scene, and ask them um, to act in this situation and see what they are going to do. Easily you can understand what's your problem in your restaurant, in your hotel, and you can offer them for example, some sentences, some body gesture, and etc. to solve this problem. Second, let them memorize which items are best for which guest moods or time. Your staff should be sharp and creative. Teach them how to use phrases like, if you are in the mood for. Personally, I would go for, most guests who love X, for example, usually enjoy Y. Helping guests choose is not pushy, it is psychologically helpful. And when done well, it leads to better reviews, faster service, and higher sales. Okay, let's go for case studies today, and we are going to talk about the Cheesecake Factory. I like these shops. The situation is, I have to mention that these case studies are real and what they did are real. So I use them as an example for you in the real world. What was the situation? The Cheesecake Factory is infamous for its overwhelming menu, over 215 items. Yet customers don't walk out confused. Why? What did they do? They trained servers to use guided decision making based on behavioral economics. Servers are taught to ask simple filtering questions. For example, are you in the mood for something fresh or something filling? Or do you want something lighter or something cheesy and indulgent? I have to say that it's happening for human being, for all of the people. Sometimes they want something sweet, but they don't know. They want the creamy one. They want even some juices, sweet juices, liquid, or for example, I don't know, solid or like a cake, or they don't know, they just want sweet. When you understand, when you learn how to ask them, you really help them to think first what they really want. It makes them at the first step, it makes them happy, because they didn't know before what they really want, and you help them to understand. Oh, let me think. نازم دارم ضبط میکنم. And sometimes they are happy because they didn't know before what they wanted. And when you help them, when you ask right question, you lead them to think that what they really want, and after that they can choose. um they didn't have a decision before, you know. Then they nudge the guests toward two or three recommended items using emotional framing. For example, if I were celebrating something, I would totally go for the chicken Madeira. I don't know if I say it right. I don't know. It's creamy, warm, and super popular. Or if you are watching carbs, the Skinnylicious grilled salmon is clean, but really flavorful. What? Why it works? Even with a massive menu, they have minimized choice stress by training servers to act like small filter, not just waiters. Uh, what was the key behavioral economics used in this Cheesecakes Factory, in these shops and businesses? Framing effect, choice, sorry for that, choice architecture, and social proof. The second case study is Ritz Carlton hotels, my favorite one. What was the situation? Ritz Carlton is known for anticipating guest needs before they are voiced. But part of the comes from how staff are trained to guide in a decisive guest through premium option. What they did. When a guest hesitates between two types of suites or spa services, Ritz staff are trained to actively recommend the one that better matches the guest mood, time of day, or reason for travel. For example, guest said, guest said, I'm deciding between the garden suites and the deluxe king. Staff says if you are here to relax and disconnect, the garden suite is incredibly peaceful. Our honeymoon guests love it. Why it works? By framing the recommendation based on emotional utility, like relaxing, honeymoon, peacefulness, the guests will understand, not sold to. And also the case study number three, Nando's. Smart framing for many menu decisions. What's the situation? Nando's offer many customization options. Chicken type, spice level, side dishes to reduce indecision and frustration at the counter. To reduce this, staff are trained to anchor the guest attention to a balanced palate. What they did. When a customer looks overwhelmed choosing sides, staff guessed the most popular combo is the peri-peri fries with spicy rice. It gives a good mix of heat and flavor. Or if you're looking for a healthier plate, corn and side salad always work great or well. Why it works? Rather than say choose two sides, they frame a default combination that feels like the norm. So today we end our video with these case studies, and you can leave a comment if you had any question. I will answer you. And also, if you like these kinds of training, please like this post, support me, subscribe my channels. We have a lot of videos for the future about different topics and main topics for your hotel and for your bar or restaurants to level up your scores, satisfies your guests, and encourage them to come back to your hotel and restaurants. And also you can find my contact info in my website, looks linkers here, or also you can find it below. uh, just shoot me an email. We can communicate about your hotel, your restaurant. I can analyze your restaurant or hotel, and I can help you to increase your scores and make your guests satisfied. Thank you so much.